guys, what's up? It's Rui here, and today I'll be talking about 5 ways public DNA banks from companies like 23andme or Ancestry DNA can shape the future. So in 2018, these gene testing kits just exploded in popularity, reaching 26 million users with numbers increasing every day. But a lot of people were concerned about their DNA privacy because if made publicly available, it could prevent you from getting certain types of insurance or jobs if it was known that you were predisposed to certain health problems. So in my video, I wanted to talk about some different scary and interesting futures that could result if we all had less DNA privacy. Also, to just give you a brief overview if you aren't too familiar with these gene testing kits, what they essentially do is provide people with information on where your DNA comes from in the world and what types of health problems you could have in the future. So in the case of 23andme, all you have to do is buy one of their $99 or $199 gene testing kits. You spit into a tube and then ship the kit back to the address on the return label. Then after a bunch of tests are performed, in 3 to 5 weeks, you'll be able to see reports on your ancestry and health. Okay, now that we've had our brief intro on what these gene testing kits are, let's get into these crazy futures. Number 1, these tests could help you find a genetically matched romantic partner. In a famous study published in a Royal Society journal, Swiss scientist Dr. Wedekind asked female participants to smell the t-shirts worn by men and then rate them on attractiveness. Dr. Wedekind then looked at all the study participants' genes related to immune function, which are called HLA genes, and found that the more different the HLA genes between the female participant and the male, the more she found him attractive. On top of that, it was found that differing HLA genes within a couple gave rise to more satisfying sex lives, greater marital stability, and increased fertility rates. So according to this research, you're more likely to have a successful relationship with your partner if the two of you have different HLA genes and thus a different immune function from each other. From an evolutionary perspective, this makes sense because children born from parents with different HLA genes or different immune functions will develop a more diverse immune system themselves, which would allow the child to fight off a greater number of infections. There are already existing companies such as Gene Partner or Instant Chemistry that's taken advantage of this research by offering DNA-based services that help couples have a better chance at finding love. So as these DNA banks grow and become more publicly available, maybe in the future we'll see dating apps that match people based off of biocompatibility. Number 2, a large public DNA bank can lead to greater government control over all of us, even if you haven't taken one of these DNA tests. For example, the Golden State Killer from the 70s and 80s was finally identified and charged in 2018 when crime scene DNA was able to match a public DNA bank called GenMatch. So GenMatch contains DNA reports people voluntarily upload from services like 23andme. So when investigators uploaded the crime scene DNA to GenMatch, they weren't able to find an exact hit, but they were able to find the culprit's 3rd and 4th cousins. From there, they just narrowed the search down to a specific family tree, which ultimately led to the killer. So this goes to show that even if you don't personally submit your DNA to one of these gene testing companies or banks, your DNA could still be identified through close or distant relatives who did. Another example of this is how China has been building up a DNA database of the Uyghur population, which is this predominantly Muslim minority ethnic group that resides in China. So China's collecting their DNA so that they can better identify them and bring them to re-education camps. So as you can see, as your DNA becomes more publicly available, it would make it harder for you to keep your identity private, which could perhaps lead to greater government control. And number 3, a large public DNA bank can lead to a new type of social networking. On the 23andme site, there's this whole family and friends feature that allows you to connect with people who share similar DNA segments as you. So if you clicked on a single person that was recommended out of hundreds, you'll then be taken to a whole profile that shows you how you two may be related and how your DNA compares to each other. You can then just add them as a connection and send them a message. There are countless stories out there of people reuniting or finding long-lost relatives through this family and friends feature. So as we continue to grow a greater DNA database, this could lead to greater social connections or gene networking through the platform. After all, like Facebook, gene testing companies like 23andme are driven by the same fundamental human desire to connect. And this leads to number 4. What would happen if your DNA got into the hands of third parties like Facebook? Well, it could lead to a whole new type of DNA-based advertising. Companies could try to sell you customized products like a skin cream, protein shake, or wine varietal that match your skin type, body type, or taste preferences. Nestle is already creating these personalized food pods that are tailored to a person's genetic profile from DNA that they collect. And Allow, the Sweden-based skincare brand, is selling these really pricey DNA-based skincare products. And lastly, number 5. A large public DNA bank can help to improve your health. Information from gene banks from diverse populations all over the world can not only improve our own understanding of the human body, but it can also help scientists to develop more effective drugs, treatments, or therapies. The information that's provided from gene testing reports could also motivate us to make healthier decisions. Among 23andMe health customers surveyed, 76% reported making healthier choices, 55% eating a healthier diet, 51% setting healthier goals, and 45% increasing exercise. This is great news that people are making healthy choices based off of their health data. And it's one of the reasons why collecting this health data has become so crucial for the future of healthcare. Okay, so now that we've gone over these 5 features, I wanted to ask you all a question that I've been thinking about a lot through my research on this video. How much health data are you personally willing to give up in exchange for information or services that could benefit your health? Because it seems like while collecting health data or DNA data can be beneficial for the future of healthcare, there are also a lot of privacy problems that could arise. So what's the right balance? Let me know in the comments below on what you think. And as always, thanks for watching this video. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel. You can check out some of my other videos here, and stay safe, happy, and hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.